what are the metrics that are in place that help with, so having the right metrics. So I mentioned earlier about having metrics that are compatible, that measure actually what you want from people, and are those metrics actually helping or hindering? So for example, I'm going to go on to the next slide, which is about teamwork. If you've got a metric in place that maybe you're measuring customer satisfaction, and that is done on an individual basis, it might not be consciously, but subconsciously, when one of your team members knows that there's going to be a really difficult customer and they're going to be maybe getting a little bit of a hard time, it's very easy for them to subconsciously even to avoid picking up the phone for that particular customer or dealing with that particular customer. So somebody else picks up the slack and gets the low customer service rating. So if your metrics are measuring things on an individual basis rather than a team basis, it might not actually be giving you what you want. Now, I know having teamwork underneath the tools for the job is probably not what you would expect to see. You don't necessarily refer to the team as a tool, but we all know that either in systems, so there could be one individual or a team that maybe is a bottleneck in the system, or there isn't the communication between different departments. Actually within your own team, if there is any sort of friction or people are not talking to one another, that can have a massive impact on how effectively people can do the job and also how engaged they are in what they're doing. And finally, which is the question which Charlie's already asked you, what frustrates people? Finding out from them what's not working. Sometimes we think that we know what's not working and what is working. So it's really important to ask that question. And things do change from week to week or from month to month. So gold stars has said for the 24% of you that were in that first bracket, if you have not asked your team, or if you don't ask them on a regular basis, then maybe you're missing a little bit of a trick, because they will often spot things that you don't. But what's also important, that having asked them, that you do then follow through, because from two points of view. First of all, people won't be prepared to tell you if they think you're not going to do anything about it. And also, if it impacts the quality of their work, then really what you're doing is you're belittling the importance of the job, and they've given it to you, but you then don't follow it through. Now, sometimes when we ask people what's not working, is that they give you an answer that you're not expecting or you don't agree with. Now, if that is their perspective, then if you think that they're wrong, then you need to identify what has actually led to that perspective. So if they think that's not working, is it because it's just not working for them because the system's not there, or somebody else in the team is letting them down, or is it a genuine, the system's broken and it's not working? Then there are what I call the common courtesies. So this is just things that you would expect to see in a sort of thriving team environment. So this might start with, for example, just showing that you care. Now, this has been recorded on Valentine's Day, and you'll have lots of stuff about loving your customers, but this is the time to really, show that you appreciate your team and that you do really care about them.